Shannon should just step out with his boyfriend and let people know I'm bisexual, but this is who I'm with. And every now and then I experience my wild side.
You think he's a zest monster?
I definitely think he's bisexual.
He want to date younger men. They killed me. What they said, what the women, what? Yeah, what I said, I want to date younger women. What I said. Oh, when I want to date, when I want to date younger women.
Hey, the shit that he playing don't work, I'm gonna come up with something.
The internet is absolutely going wild after 50 Cent allegedly dropped some shocking secrets about Shannon Sharpe. And trust, this story's got layers on layers. It all started when a woman known online as Gabby, or Carly, from OnlyFans, filed a massive civil lawsuit on April 21st, 2025, accusing Shannon of some serious misconduct during what she claims was their 2-year relationship. She's coming for over $50 million, claiming emotional damage and multiple disturbing incidents that she says left her traumatized. But Shannon didn't take that quietly, not at all. He came out swinging, calling the entire thing a setup meant to destroy his reputation and bag. He insisted everything between them was fully consensual, saying she's just trying to cash in now that he's up and thriving. Shannon fired back hard, accusing the woman of running what he called a straight-up money grab. And then came the twist. Shannon pointed the finger straight at powerhouse attorney Tony Buzbee, claiming the lawyers behind a full-blown smear campaign to tear him down. Shannon said Buzbee's got a long record of targeting powerful black men, and even brought up Jay-Z, saying Buzbee allegedly tried something similar with him before. According to Shannon, this isn't about justice. It's about headlines. He swore that Buzbee planned to drop a 30-second edited clip from an alleged private tape to make him look guilty and trigger a media storm filled with racial stereotypes.
This is all being orchestrated by Tony Buzbee, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Buzbee targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine.
It's getting messy fast, and the streets are already buzzing about what really went down behind the scenes. Shannon didn't just talk the talk, he came ready for battle. He announced he was gearing up to countersue for defamation and wasn't backing down until the truth came out.
What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty.
But the moment that lawsuit hit the headlines, things started spiraling fast. ESPN quietly told Shannon to step back from his regular spots on First Take and other shows, claiming it was so he could focus on the legal issues. Yeah, right. Fans aren't buying that for a second. People online are convinced ESPN was just trying to protect its clean-cut image and distance itself from the chaos. And honestly, the timing looks way too suspicious. This lawsuit popped up right after Shannon signed a massive new multi-year deal with the network, one that was supposed to expand his presence across TV and digital platforms. That's not a coincidence. That's a setup-looking situation. Now the internet's buzzing with theories. Folks are asking if someone was trying to knock him off his wave just as he was leveling up and becoming a true media powerhouse. Was it personal? Was it business? Or something deeper? And just when things couldn't get messier, the old rumors about Shannon's sexuality started creeping back into the spotlight. Those whispers have been around for years, but this time they're louder. And they're being linked to his connection with celebrity stylist Hollywood Mugler. Mugler isn't your typical stylist. He's flamboyant, confident, and proudly lives his truth as an openly gay man. The two have been spotted together all over the place. Events, parties, backstage at shoots, and fans are starting to talk. The streets want to know, is this friendship being twisted, or is there more to the story than Shannon's letting on? Courtside at Lakers games, walking through airports, rocking matching designer fits, the chemistry between Shannon and Mugler had people talking non-stop. Some fans brushed it off, saying it looked like a professional stylist-client thing, but others swore the energy felt way more personal. The looks, the vibe, the timing, it all seemed too close for comfort, and that's when the online detectives clocked in full-time. Social media sleuths started connecting dots fast, and what they found made the internet explode. Turns out Mugler isn't just any stylist. He's the same man who went viral years ago after exposing former NFL player Kerry Rhodes as being on the DL.
Rose is gay. I mean, anytime you lay with a person that has the same thing that you have between thy legs and you sleep with them, you're gay. But I think that I probably was the first guy that he tried, and he liked it. It was good. It really was.
That whole saga was wild. Intimate photos of Mugler and Kerry leaked online, showing the two way closer than just friends. The internet ate it up, and Carrie's name hasn't been the same since. Before that scandal, Carrie had done interviews preaching about acceptance in the league, but when the photos hit the web, he never outright denied what people saw. Then Mugler himself dropped a bomb, saying in an interview, "Kerry Rhodes is gay, and that's good." That one sentence set off total chaos.
Nobody was uncomfortable, because if you're uncomfortable, you don't do it more than one time.
The headlines, the speculation, the backlash, it followed Carrie for years. Later, Mugler doubled down and said they'd actually been in a full-blown relationship, proving he wasn't afraid to speak on anyone who crossed him or tried to play him publicly. That's why people started side-eyeing Shannon's choice of company. Fans were like, wait a minute. The same man who once outed an NFL player is now styling Shannon Sharpe, one of the biggest names in sports media? That's wild. Before long, people online were convinced Shannon had fired his longtime stylist, the one he'd worked with for over 20 years, just to bring Mugler into his inner circle. That rumor spread like wildfire, and suddenly everyone was questioning Shannon's every move, outfit, and friendship. Whether it's fashion or feelings, the connection between Shannon and Mugler's got the whole internet on edge. Fans went absolutely wild in the comments. It was chaos. One person wrote, "You mean to tell me Shannon dropped his OG stylist for a dude that doesn't even style him?" Another added, "A real stylist updates your drip, not just tag along to games." And from there, things only got bolder. People online started saying Mugler was being treated more like a boy toy than an employee. The comments were ruthless, and nobody was holding back. Folks asked the real question, who even sits courtside with their stylist? The whole internet basically turned into one giant court of public opinion overnight. Every photo, every body language moment, every subtle gesture between Shannon and Mugler got pulled apart like a crime scene. Fans were desperate to know if Shannon was hiding something big or if he was just trying to live his life in peace. But when Shannon and Mugler finally parted ways, that's when the real drama exploded. The split wasn't quiet, it was loud, emotional, and messy. Mugler allegedly started spilling tea left and right, painting Shannon in a whole new light that had everyone gasping. According to whispers online, Mugler felt betrayed and bitter after being pushed out of Shannon's circle. Instead of walking away gracefully, he decided to clap back with revenge energy. Insiders claim Mugler started dropping hints about private details from behind the scenes, cryptic posts, slick comments, and shady likes that had people convinced he was trying to expose Shannon the same way he did Kerry Rhodes. The tension was thick, the rumors were flying, and the streets were watching every move, waiting for the next bomb to drop. At first, fans were split right down the middle. Some swore Mugler was just clout chasing, trying to stretch his 15 minutes by using Shannon's name, while others believed something way deeper was going on. They said this wasn't about fame. This was payback for getting cut off too fast and too cold. Either way, Mugler didn't bite his tongue for a second. He started moving bold, and before long, whispers of a leaked tape started shaking the internet. Then came the twist that had everyone's jaw on the floor. Mugler claimed Shannon's supposed leak wasn't an accident at all. He went online and posted, "Accidentally going live when you have to open the app, swipe right, then swipe left twice and hit the button? That's insanely impossible." That line spread like wildfire. Within hours, social media turned into a full-on investigation zone. People rewatching old clips, replaying streams, zooming in on timestamps, trying to decode whether Shannon had really fumbled or if he planned it all along. The theory? Shannon might have purposely recorded the clip to clear his name, to prove something to the world, but the plan backfired hard. It sounded wild, maybe even ridiculous, but come on, this is the internet. Once people get a storyline, they run with it like it's gospel. Even after Shannon officially cut ties with Mugler, the storm didn't calm down. He couldn't escape the rumors no matter what he did. Not long after, new photos surfaced showing Shannon hanging out with another man, and boom, the gossip mill spun right back up again. People started connecting dots that weren't even there, and suddenly, a simple photo turned into another round of speculation, side eyes, and theories flying everywhere. It felt like every time Shannon tried to escape one scandal, another one came crashing right behind it, like drama had him on speed dial. He finally clapped back, calling all the online gossip straight up lies. Shannon made it clear that just because he worked with someone who's gay didn't mean he was gay too. He said he was tired of people twisting innocent connections into messy stories just for clicks and clout. But by that point, the damage was already done. The rumors had legs, and they were running wild all over the internet. And that's when things went from bad to explosive, because suddenly, 50 Cent's name got thrown into the mix. Out of nowhere, word started spreading that 50 allegedly had receipts on Shannon. Proof, they said, of his so-called DL activities. Nobody knows if that's true, but let's be real. 50 doesn't jump into anything quietly. This is the same man who built his empire by exposing people, clowning them, and flipping scandals into headlines. You remember how he went at Diddy, right? The memes, the cryptic posts, the trolling. 50 doesn't play when he smells controversy. So the minute fans linked him to Shannon's situation, everyone said the same thing. Oh yeah, 50's definitely about to talk. Online chatter blew up instantly. Some people claim this was all part of 50's revenge tour, his ongoing mission to drag everyone connected to his old beefs. Remember, years ago, 50 clashed with Diddy hard, accusing him of everything from money manipulation to strange personal behavior. He's been throwing shade ever since, and now folks think Shannon just became collateral damage in that long-running feud. Whether it's true or just social media chaos, one thing's for sure. When 50's name gets mixed into a scandal, it never ends quietly. The tension's sky high, and the next move could flip everything upside down. Fast forward to now. And it feels like 50's circling right back to the same playbook. Once again, he's calling out another man tied to whispers about his sexuality. And whether it's personal or just trolling for attention, nobody can say for sure. Still, fans are convinced 50 saw an opportunity to strike while Shannon's name was already trending. And he took that shot without hesitation. But here's where it gets deeper. There's a whole other side to this story that people are finally starting to talk about. A lot of fans believe Shannon isn't being exposed at all. They think he's being targeted. This man built himself up from absolutely nothing. From small-town beginnings to the NFL Hall of Fame, to ESPN, and now to owning one of the biggest sports shows online, his Club Shay Shay podcast. He's got sponsorships, deals, celebrity connections, and a loyal fan base that respects him for his hustle, his grind, and his authenticity. So when all these lawsuits, rumors, and scandal drops started piling up back to back, the internet began connecting dots that paint a whole different picture. Some fans are saying this doesn't feel random. It feels coordinated. They're calling it what it looks like, a smear campaign. People online are straight up saying, every time a successful black man starts touching real power and money, something comes out to destroy him. And they're not just talking, they're bringing receipts. They're pointing to the pattern. First the lawsuit, then the stylish drama, then the leaks, all hitting right when Shannon's brand was at its peak. And here's where it gets real. Some claim big media execs aren't happy that Shannon's independent platform is outshining the very networks he used to work for. They're whispering that his podcast numbers were outperforming ESPN segments, and that kind of dominance doesn't sit well in the corporate world. Now fans are convinced something fishy is going on. Too many coincidences, too much timing, too many hits in a row. Whatever this is, it's bigger than gossip. It's looking like a full-on power play. Of course, not everyone's letting Shannon off the hook. Some folks are saying he brought this chaos on himself. They claim he surrounded himself with people who live for clout, the type who love being seen more than they love being loyal. Either way, his name is now stamped to scandal, and the internet is eating every second of it up like it's the latest reality show drama. By this point, Shannon Sharpe's world looked like it was spinning completely out of control. What started as one quiet lawsuit had exploded into a full-blown circus, with court battles, messy personal rumors, and celebrity beefs all colliding into one viral storm. It's not just about sports anymore. It's about spectacle. Fans who once saw Shannon as a respected sports legend and sharp-talking analyst are now watching him become the centerpiece of one of the messiest online scandals in recent memory. His image, once spotless and strong, is being tested under the harshest spotlight imaginable. But here's the thing. Shannon's story isn't just about one controversy. It's about power, fame, and how fast the internet turns on you once your name starts trending for the wrong reasons. The streets are divided. Some fans are still riding for Shannon hard, saying he's being dragged unfairly and set up by people who can't stand seeing him win. Others, though, are convinced there's too much smoke for there not to be some fire somewhere behind it all. And now everyone's asking the same burning question. Did 50 Cent really leak Shannon's secrets, or is this just another one of 50's troll missions gone way too far? We all know how 50 moves: cryptic posts, shady captions, and that signature smirk that leaves everyone guessing. Whatever's happening here, one thing's certain: this story's far from over, and the internet's not letting go anytime soon. Let's not forget, 50 Cent's whole legacy is built on exposure and chaos. He's the same man who's publicly humiliated Irv Gotti, Young Buck, and even Diddy, using slick captions, inside jokes, and that trademark petty smirk that turns the internet upside down. He lives for this kind of drama. And now, with Shannon's situation going viral, fans are convinced 50's back on his favorite mission, stirring the pot until it boils over. Some people swear he's sitting on proof, just waiting for the right moment to drop it and watch social media explode. They say he's been teasing it with cryptic posts, little hints, and suspicious timing that feels way too calculated to be random. The internet's on edge, refreshing his feed like it's a countdown to chaos. But then there's the other side. Folks who think this entire situation might be nothing more than online noise, a rumor snowball rolling downhill thanks to thirsty gossip pages and algorithm-driven drama. No real evidence, just speculation that's been amplified to the max because everyone loves a scandal. Still, when 50 Cent's name gets attached to something, all bets are off. You just never know when he'll flip the switch and make headlines for real. Meanwhile, Shannon's over here trying to keep his empire from burning down. He's still off ESPN for now, locked in on his legal defense and damage control while trying to hold his Club Shay Shay brand together. But the pressure's heavy. His reputation, his deals, his image, it's all on the line. He's kept quiet about the gay rumors, instead sticking to his message. This is a setup meant to break me down. But that silence is a double-edged sword because online, quiet doesn't mean peace. It means curiosity. Every photo, every post, every slight facial expression gets dissected like it's part of some mystery case. And now people are whispering, why is he so calm if he's under attack? The tension's boiling, and one wrong move could make everything explode again. Some folks think Shannon's just trying to protect his image and keep his cool, refusing to feed into the drama that's already spiraling out of control. Either way, the pressure's unreal. Every move he makes gets magnified, and one wrong word could blow everything up again. Meanwhile, right in the center of the chaos, there's Hollywood Muggler, still dropping subliminal shade across social media like he's writing a mystery novel. Fans have noticed his cryptic captions. Things like, "Truth always comes to light and you can't hide forever." Those posts sent the internet into a frenzy, making people think Mugler's holding on to even more receipts he's waiting to unleash. Some gossip blogs are even claiming Mugler's been approached by media outlets offering money for exclusive info and screenshots. It's messy, it's toxic, and if even half of it turns out to be true, Shannon could be facing battles way bigger than the courtroom. But not everyone's convinced he's the villain here. In fact, a growing wave of fans are calling this whole thing what they believe it is: a character assassination. They're saying Shannon's being targeted because he's gotten too powerful on his own terms. Think about it. He walked away from traditional TV and built his own empire. His Club Shay Shay podcast is pulling in A-list celebrities, creating viral moments, and drawing bigger numbers than some actual sports networks. That kind of independence makes the industry nervous. And now, just as he's reaching new heights, suddenly it's lawsuits, leaks, and shady rumors hitting from every direction. People are connecting the dots, saying the timing's way too perfect to be coincidence. One fan commented, "They're trying to do Shannon like they did other successful black men, build him up, then tear him down." Another added, "Notice how as soon as he's close to signing a $100 million podcast deal, boom, here come the scandals." Still, not everyone's buying the smear campaign theory. Some say Shannon's mess is self-inflicted, that his choices and associations opened the door for all this chaos. Either way, one thing's clear: this saga's not slowing down, and the truth's getting harder to separate from the noise. Some people think Shannon simply got too comfortable at the top. They say fame blurred his vision, and he surrounded himself with the wrong crowd, folks who thrive off attention and chaos. Critics keep pointing to the stylist situation, saying if Shannon really wanted to avoid drama, he never should have been hanging around someone with a reputation for outing celebrities and stirring up messy headlines. Others argue his trademark confidence, the same charm that made him a TV favorite. might have made him underestimate just how fast the internet can twist a story, whether you're guilty or not. Whether it was arrogance or just bad luck, one thing's certain, this whole scandal has shifted how people see him. The public split right down the middle. Half of his fans are screaming that Shannon's being targeted, a successful black man punished for building power outside the system. They say the timing of all this, the lawsuit, the stylist fallout, and 50 Cent suddenly jumping in, looks way too calculated to be coincidence. But the other half, they're convinced Shannon's own choices caught up with him. They say it's not hate or a setup, it's just consequences. To them, this is what happens when you blur personal and professional lines and let clout chasers into your circle. Still, everyone agrees on one thing. This story's nowhere near over. With 50 Cent allegedly sitting on receipts, a bitter ex-stylist still posting subliminals, and a lawsuit that's far from settled, Shannon's got fires burning on every front. The internet's watching, waiting, and whispering, because whatever happens next could either clear his name or bury it for good. And now here we are, the end of one of the wildest roller coasters the internet's seen in years. From lawsuits to leaked clips, from friendship betrayals to 50 Cent stepping into the mix, Shannon Sharpe's world turned into a battlefield overnight. Every headline, every rumor, every exclusive post added another layer to the chaos. And while some say he's just another celeb caught slipping, others swear this is a takedown in motion, a power move to humble a man who refused to stay quiet or controlled. What's crazy is how fast it all flipped. 1 minute, Shannon was the voice of reason on ESPN and Club Shay Shay, commanding respect across sports and culture. The next, his name was being dragged across gossip blogs and trending threads. Whether it's a setup or self-sabotage, it's clear. Fame's not just about money and cameras anymore, it's survival. The higher you climb, the more people wait to push you off. And let's be real, 50 Cent's presence only made the storm bigger. When 50 steps in, it's never by accident. Fans still debate whether he's holding receipts or just playing puppet master to watch the world burn, but one thing's certain, he knows how to keep the internet talking. If he does drop something, it'll shake everything. Still, even through the smoke, Shannon's trying to hold his ground, saying he's being targeted, framed, and misrepresented. He's banking on time, truth, and silence to protect him. But silence online, that's like blood in the water, and the sharks aren't slowing down. Whether this saga ends in redemption or ruin, one thing's undeniable. It exposed the darker side of fame, how fast loyalty fades, how truth gets twisted, and how every private mistake becomes public property. Shannon Sharpe's name might be tangled in controversy, but his story's a reminder. In this game, even legends aren't safe. And if you think this was wild, trust, the next wave of receipts, reactions, and rival responses are coming soon. And BarzBuzz will have every detail locked and loaded. Stay tuned, because the truth's never quiet for long. If this saga had you shook, wait till you see what's next. You already know what it is. BarzBuzz got the real, raw, and unfiltered breakdowns. So don't forget to like, subscribe, drop a comment, and share this with someone who needs to catch up.